What up, Ninja Nation? It's Bowman 9000. Welcome back, man. Yes. So, I will be jumping into the NBA 2K17 onslaught of videos you guys have been receiving, but I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. I don't want to release another video saying the same old stuff that everybody's been describing. I'm almost certain people have not taken the approach that I've taken in terms of watching these trailers. I've looked at all of them, but a couple of them really brought out brought something out for me to talk about. The shoe one, I'm not gonna really be talking about that. The only thing I learned from the shoe one for real is that, yeah, there's gonna be lots of cool shoes in there. That's dope. And that you can oop from one player to another, which would be dope. If you can make that happen in my career, cough, cough, that would be dope. But other than that, we won't be talking about that. This first video, which you will get right now, tonight, will be about the crowd authenticity versus arena, etc., etc. So, we're gonna start off in San Fran, and we're just gonna follow the plane. I'm just gonna stop it really where it counts. All right, you got this? You got this? Let's do this. So we're in San Fran, going over to Portland. I'm just gonna stop the tape when I see something important, and I'm gonna go frame by frame. So you still got Mr. Plumlee here reaching for the ball. Looks like Horford definitely is not gonna get it, right? So something amazing. Really, what they gave us in this is gameplay, because I understand you gotta have the courts to be authentic. Like, they've done a pretty good job of that. There's only a couple of things that, what should I say? What they really wanted to highlight in this video. Only a couple of the things I was like, oh, ooh, that's cool, and I'll point that out. The rest, I was like, I mean, whatever. I just kind of took that for granted. I didn't even know that maybe the court basketball wasn't the same. I wasn't caring about that. We don't care about that. Some people do, but I don't. So you're gonna see the first of, I think this happens 3 times in this video, right? So Damian Lillard gets the handoff, right? He crosses half court. What does he do? He immediately pulls up right in Isaiah Thomas's face. Isaiah Thomas does absolutely nothing. It actually, if you go back, it looks like he's getting bumped by Damian Lillard in the waist. So you can see a bump and his head kind of goes back, or like his head goes into the crotch at Damian Lillard. I was hoping that kind of stuff would be removed from the game. But looks like he takes a bump back, which is kind of weird. And Dame Dollar just kind of pulls up right in his face. Isaiah Thomas decides, that might be a new animation actually, where he decides, ooh, should I put my hand up? No, I shouldn't put my hand up, but whatever. And if you look in the back here, you see of course, the Damian Lillard big head or fat head, but you see the guy who's responsible for wiping the court. He's doing nothing. He has no idea that he could get dunked on, he could get run over. He's not looking. That's kind of weird. But okay, right? So we move on, and Damian actually makes this right in his eye. Really? It just goes right in. And of course, the sound that they make is really good on this, but I'm not really harping on this. I'm here to talk about the gameplay and a couple things we see, and he just makes it. That's not the first time in this video where you see somebody pull up to somebody's face and he makes it. I don't know what difficulty they're playing on or how they got that set up, but whatever. Going to LA, the Staples Center, which the Los Angeles Clippers pay for, and the Lakers just kind of are the landlord, which is kind of dope. So the sound that happened here, you guys won't hear the sound, but they're just talking about the sounds off the backboard, off the rim. A lot of court sounds. So we're just gonna let this play right off the rip, right? D'Angelo Russell gets some playing time, which is cool, right? So you got these huge mics, it's great, we're moving to Denver, blah, 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 blah. This stuff's not really important to me. Authentic crowds, okay. I'm really gonna be talking about the gameplay. There's a couple of the things that the authentic crowds, which is kind of cool, but I kind of took it for granted, some of the things. So we'll see. Moving to OKC, Dallas, Memphis, Milwaukee, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, OKC. I expected OKC to have a lot more fans wearing the same color. They're a very, very, very great fan base. One of the best in the league. You got a bunch of people wearing suits, hoodies, track jackets, blouses, dresses, like not the same color. If you go to OKC, you're gonna see people wearing blue, or you're gonna see people wearing white. That's really about it. I don't know why they got this hodgepodge of people in OKC. But whatever, we're gonna let that fly. The crowd's kind of hype, but at least the crowd knows when a marquee player dunks, they start to stand up, they cheer, which is cool. Milwaukee looks like they do the same thing, not really important. Detroit seems to get up, when Andre Drummond dunked it. This crowd seems like, they seem to get pumped, get loud, which is great. But really, this is not too important. Toronto, though, the Toronto crowd was great. They were chanting. A lot of them were wearing red or white or black, which is one of their colors, gray, white, but they're wearing the correct colors for the most part. There's some weird people like that dude in green, the 3 dudes in green in this picture, but they're chanting a song, just like they did in the playoffs. We are the North, and they were chanting songs just like we saw in the Olympics when the Argentinian team was getting blown out. They just started chanting songs. I thought it was fantastic. Of course, this is in the game. The fact that this is in the game is really cool. Might make me want to play for Toronto or play with Toronto if I can get them to all clap at the same time and chant their song. That would be fantastic. So just gonna keep it moving. Now, something weird happens here. So you got, who is that? DeMar DeRozan out on the fast break. Right behind him is Cal, or actually it looks like Mr. First Team All Defense behind him, who gets bumped. So they're running neck and neck, right? So you got Valanciunas all the way in the back. Looks like maybe big man can't just catch up with you while you're on a fast break, because that's happened in previous years. We got DeRozan coming up. I'm going frame by frame. And right about here, DeRozan kind of sucks this dude's face in. I don't get it. The face goes into DeRozan's back, and then he kind of gets bumped off of his route, and then he can't put it really hand up. He can't really contest. Who knows? Maybe this is an animation that stops little guys from blocking one of these dunks from behind you so often. But I thought it was weird. He could just do that. You will see it one more time. Right? He gets bumped right there. And then DeRozan is pretty much home free to hit this on whoever he wants. Who's that? Tony Allen, Mr. First Team All Defense. But whatever. Oh, they got the coach, Mr. Tisdale, right here. I didn't even see him. He's right there. Good for him. Tisdale got the coach of the Grizzlies. Let's move on. Anything else in this? No. Team-specific details. Do they go to Philly here? There's a spot. Oh, okay, right. So they talk about the New York Knicks having an organ, which is great. Only the Lakers and the Knicks really have an organ, if I'm not mistaken. Stop right here. Philadelphia 76ers got some playing time. They got some shine now, all right? That was dope. But you will see Ben Simmons. So the guy goes, yeah, at the line, shooting 2, Ben Simmons, which is really cool. But just to let you guys know, to talk about that gameplay, Mr. Simmons has a busted free throw. So whoever's going to be like him, I know there's a lot of fans of Ben Simmons out there. I'm one of them. His free throw is probably going to be really hard to hit. I'm just saying. So watch out for those guys that are in my team, or those guys that are playing play now, who play with the Sixers, who might want to play with the Sixers. Look at this free throw. We'll play it. It's like the Dennis Rodman one, where he shoots it and then is forced to take a step forward and kind of throws his arms up. I don't know if he came in and mocap that, or they did it based off his footage. I'm not really sure, but I don't know why he would let that be his free throw. I don't remember him shooting free throws that way. But I guess we're just gonna keep it moving. Just know that the Ben Simmons free throw is busted. Just want to let you know right now. Just talking about the gameplay. So we're gonna see a series of things right after this, if I'm not mistaken. Charlotte, right? Stop. We get Kemba Walker, who's coming back from injury. I can't tell you if it's a 3 or not. I can't tell, but the clock's winding down. 11 seconds left on the clock. And D'Angelo Russell's coming out to guard him. He's going to do a new animation where he decides he wants to put his hand up and then doesn't really put his hand up. He puts it back down. Ooh, you know what? He goes, just kidding. Kemba Walker pulls up and makes a 3. I think maybe a mid-range. It could be a mid-range, but probably a 3 right in his face. It's the second time we've seen that in this video. Just want to let you know. Let's back it up. We'll play it again frame by frame. I don't see a bump animation. I see what looks like a new animation. But wait, I want to stop right here also. If you look at Julius Randle, number 30 right there to the right, he doesn't know what's happening. And this is a complaint that we've had in 2K for a while, where some of your AI or off-ball defenders don't really know what's going on? You got D'Angelo Russell is out there. You got somebody, maybe that's Mozgov behind him. I can't tell who this is. Zach Clarkson. I can't tell who's back there, who's getting sealed off, so he can't really help out. D'Angelo's here, deciding whether to put his hand up or not, and Julius Randle is just standing there looking straight. He has no clue. He doesn't try to help. He doesn't try to close out. Doesn't get to a box out position. He just kind of stands there, and when Walker gets to the top of his release, he then looks over and goes, oh, maybe no, I'm just going to go towards the basket and see if I can get a rebound. Clarkson makes a good seal out right there to try to get a rebound, but Kemba Walker makes it right in his face. It's the second time we've seen that all game. Just going to let you know. And we also got another one, Kyle Korver. This is against someone who's not really defending him well. I can't tell you if it's a 3 or not, but it's Kyle Korver. It's probably a 3. He's going to go ahead and nail this. This one doesn't count. You will see that again. Frame by frame will slow it down. Doesn't really matter much because he makes this. And he's pretty much open. You expect Kyle Korver to go ahead and make that. That's not a problem. I find that to be great. Also, just want to point this out, right? Look at the score, 3-0. They did that just to get this replay, and that's all. Funny stuff. Arena-specific sounds. Most of this stuff is not really important, which is why I'm not really playing it for you. Oh, but I do want to point this out to you. Tony Parker is the only San Antonio Spur that has an endorsement deal. He's got an endorsement with Tissot, the official timekeeper of the NBA. So I see how they put it together about what they're about to show you right here. The I Love Parker sign. I don't know if that anybody in San Antonio actually puts signs up like that. I don't think that's very authentic, but they can put the Parker signs there, and now they show a bunch of Tissot marked shot clocks and things like that, which is great. Last part of this video, I believe, is of course Money Sniper, right? So we got KD coming up. Let's rewind it a little bit. So you got him coming up. He looks like he brings the ball up, and he's being guarded by Kawhi Leonard, if I'm not mistaken. And he gets into an animation where he's soft fouling, kind of. There's a little offensive foul as he puts a little chicken wing out there with his left arm, and then he just suddenly stops, gets his feet in position, and pulls right up while Kawhi Leonard is trying to get back into position, which I don't think he was really out of position in the first place. That should be like a thing where he puts his arm up and keeps walking by if he got beat like that, or if he was going too fast and couldn't stop. I don't know what happened, but somehow he got open that way. And for the third time in this video, you get to see that animation where Kawhi realizes that he's late, so he doesn't put his hand up, but he thought about it. His arm goes up, he goes, no, just kidding, I'm not gonna do it. And KD makes another shot at the buzzer. He makes one at the buzzer, it goes in, the crowd goes wild because they know it's KD making a 3 at the buzzer. The crowd, it's weird though, the crowd seems to do it as if he did it for the win, but really, when you zoom out and you look at the end of this, right, everybody's like, oh my God, the refs, looks like they got new uniforms, which is cool. The refs got their hand up. KD's got both arms up like, yes, I did it, I'm the man. But as they do the zoom out, you see the score is 13-13. So I'm just saying some of this is manufactured. The situations are manufactured. I don't know how they got the crowd to react at that time for a buzzer beater. It looks like he got it for the win, but it's only 13-13. I'm not quite sure how that really works, but the animation really is real, where he puts his chicken wing out which is really an offensive foul, and then pulls up for a 3. I don't really get it, but really, that's about it. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video talking about my career. I think I got a little spin on it about those caps and, your skill points that maybe other people haven't done. Hit me up in the comments on YouTube. I'll be here on Twitter. That's Bowman9000. Will get you on my Twitter and on my YouTube. And I will see you guys later tomorrow talking about my career. Peace.